This is one of the darkest things I've ever read in history, and it's about Columbus meeting the natives. In his letters, he writes, "They are very simple and honest and exceedingly liberal with all they have, none of them refusing anything he may possess when he is asked for it. They exhibit great love towards all others in preference to themselves." He says, "They are the best people in the world and above all the gentlest, without knowledge of what is evil, nor do they murder or steal. They love their neighbors as themselves, and they have the sweetest talk in the world, always laughing." After saying all that, he then writes, "They would make fine servants. With 50 men we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want." Is that not the most brutal thing you've ever heard? I just don't understand how we got to that point as humans. How did we let... This is one of the darkest things I've ever read in history, and it's about Columbus meeting the natives. In his letters, he writes, "They are very simple and honest and exceedingly liberal with all they have, none of them refusing anything he may possess when he is asked for it. They exhibit great love towards all others in preference to themselves." He says, "They are the best people in the world and above all the gentlest, without knowledge of what is evil, nor do they murder or steal. They love their neighbors as themselves, and they have the sweetest talk in the world, always laughing." After saying all that, he then writes, "They would make fine servants. With 50 men we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want." Is that not the most brutal thing you've ever heard? I just don't understand how we got to that point as humans. How did we let... This is
what Christopher Columbus, or Cristobal Colon, wrote about the natives, Native American Indians, proves who the true savages are. Shalom, call halal YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, that's giving all praise to the Most High, in the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders and apostles, the great millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom to the 144,000. And as you see in this video, alright, this individual, he's doing an audio speaking about what Christopher Columbus, or Cristobal Colon, what he wrote, in his manuscripts about when he encountered the Native Americans or the Native Indians. Okay, and one common thing they called the Native Americans and Indians to demonize them is they called them savages. But when you go into his writings about, when they encountered them, you find out they weren't savages at all. The true savages were the ones who came and subjected and pillaged, raped, robbed, and murdered them, man. All right. So in these last days, the truth is being found out, and Esau is being, found out to be the devil all over the world. It's being found out that this man is the wicked. Okay, and through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, him being revealed is going to bring down his kingdom. All right, let's grab a few precepts. I won't make this too long. It says Malachi chapter 1 verse 1. It says, "The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahawashi to Israel by Malachi." It says, "I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. The Most High hates you, Edomites." Okay, and this is why. All right, just all the atrocities which you was created to be the wicked. All right, but all the atrocities you've done on the earth just adds to the adds more fuel to the flame. It says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places." And a part of them returning and building the desolate places, meaning slaughtering the Native American Indians and then stealing the so-called Negroes and bringing them over here to build up this country. This country was built by the Israelites. Okay, it was stolen from and built by the Israelites. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down." And that's what's coming down to America. America is being thrown down. It says, "And they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever." And the word indignation means righteous anger. The Most High hates these people because of the wickedness that they do and have done. Okay, and they will be called, they are called the border of wickedness. Okay, the most wicked people on the face of the earth. Okay, let me grab this too. Okay, and I think I want to grab this in it. I already got to. It says, let's go over here first though. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. It says, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright." This man has no type of integrity. He doesn't have an integral bone in his body. He's the wicked. He's the devil. It says, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person." This man is profane. When we go into this word profane, let's look it up. Okay, let's look at this word profane. It says, desecrate, treat, um, treat holy things with irreverence, and this is the spirit of Esau. They treat holy things with irreverence. Okay, they don't care. This is why they went and sacked the temple and defiled our temples and stuff, man. Okay, unholy, not consecrated. All right. It says to desecrate, render unholy, violate, and that's what they do. They violate. Okay, when they came over here and violated the Native American Indians and still are violating us to this day. Okay, so you see these people was beautiful people and you took advantage of that to destroy them. It says, make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau. Right, so this man is godless, who traded his birthright as the firstborn son for a single meal. This man has no type of integrity. Okay, morals, those are out the door. All right, let's go over here though. Let me see if I can put it over here. Jeremiah 13 and 23. Let's see what it says in the NLT as well. Jeremiah 13 and 23. I want to grab these precepts though. It says, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 13 and verse 23. It says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leper his spots? Then may ye also do good that were accustomed to do evil." Because Esau was created to be the wicked, so they can't do good. They were created to be the wicked, to do evil. It says in the NLT, "Can the Ethiopian change the color of his skin? Can the leopard take away its spots? Neither can you start doing good, for you have always done evil." And that's why you simple niggas that's trying to save Esau, man, this man ain't he can't do good. Okay, he can't do good. He was created to be the wicked. All right, no matter what, he's going to play his role. It's like if you have a director of a movie and he casts as a bad guy, the antagonist. His job is to be the antagonist. The antagonist can't turn around and try to be the protagonist. Nigga, you're not doing your job. You'll get fired. So the Lord, he created this devil to do his job, and he's doing his job. Okay, he's doing what he was created to do. It says, Psalm chapter 58, verse 2, "Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth." It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." And the lie was that the Native American was savages, that they was this and they was that. They said that we was in the jungle. We was uncivilized when civilization came from Jake. Okay, so they pushed all these narratives about us that was not true to make to demonize us, to make people see us differently, and it's worked. It's worked. People think we're the worst people on the face of the earth, but really it's this man. Nobody has done more murder and genocide other than Esau on earth than Esau, man. Okay, the so-called white race. It says, "Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the death adder that stoppeth the ear." Right, these motherfuckers are wicked, man. Okay, poisonous vipers. It says in the NLT, it says, "No, you plot injustice in your hearts. You spread violence throughout the land." And this is what this man has done. He spread violence throughout the land. He has U.S. embassies, okay, U.S. military bases in all these countries, and what you got, different coups in these countries and just wickedness going on, bro. Okay, that Edomite spirit is the worst spirit on the face of the earth. But somehow, some way, they made the world believe that we were the worst spirits. We were the worst people. Motherfucker, you got the devil in you. Okay, the devil is in people, and every last one of these Edomites, man. Okay, you got Jake that was raised by Edomites. Your mother may be Edomite. You was raised by an Edomite. Guess what? You have the devil on you. Okay, you were raised by the devil. This is why, you gotta come out of that shit. You had a Jake come up to the camp the other day, and he said, "Y'all ain't gonna fuck with me, man. Y'all ain't gonna fuck with me. Why? Cause my mom, cause I'm mixed. So what's your father is? Jake. His mom was an Edomite. But a lot of people like that. They turn away from the truth because of their mom, because of their mom's side. Oh, because your mama still going to slavery, nigga. Okay, your mama's gonna be a slave. And I hope she on my plantation. Okay, but your father and you will be saved. Fuck your mother, man. Okay, every last one of you Edomites are going to pay. You're going to suffer for all the wickedness you've done on the face of the earth. Okay, what you reap, it's like what you sow, you shall reap. It says that these wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. You see? So these wicked people, they were born sinners. Well, go watch that movie Sinners. Okay? It says they spit venom like deadly snakes. They are like cobras that refuse to listen. Right? It ain't no reasoning with this man. Okay? There is no reasoning with this man. The best thing you can do is get as far away from him as possible. Okay? Because everywhere he goes, he brings death. Okay, this is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. Everywhere this man goes, he brings death, man. Okay, look at the world now. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? The world is, under subjection under this devil. Okay, the whole earth is in the hands of the wicked, and God blinds the eyes of the judges. If he's not the one who does it, who is? Let me see. Let's see. Look at this. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And the whole world is mourning right now. Why? Because the wicked is bearing rule. Okay, when the godly are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in power, they groan. Okay, the whole world is groaning right now. And a lot of you Jakes out here, you learn from these devils. This is why, and they go into that, the whole thug culture, the whole, the spirit of that Jake is in right now. They learned that from Esau. Okay, the damn welfare, all that shit you see amongst our people now. Where did Jake learn that from? He learned that from Esau. The Lord said, you are of your father the devil. Okay, he was a murderer from the beginning. Let me see. And I want to grab this too. Close out with this right here. All right. But the Lord made a statement when he said that you are of your father the devil. Okay. He was, a murderer from the beginning. And this is why a lot of our people got to be destroyed, because they got to be purged of that wickedness. You father devil. Here we go. This is what the Lord said. It says, John chapter 8, verse 44, you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in truth, because there is no truth in him. And this is the spirit of a lot of our people now. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And this is why 2/3 of people got to go, because they just ain't right. They've been corrupted. Scripture says the way of the wicked seduces them. They've been corrupted by this devil. Okay, and now he got you out here, being a bigger demon. Okay, and then this individual had the nerve to say, where do we go wrong? The human. Let me see what he said.
And make them do whatever we want. Is that not the most brutal thing you've ever heard? Like, I just don't understand how we got to that point as humans. How did we
and humans, these people ain't humans, they're monsters. Monsters, okay? But how did we get to that point? No, it wasn't no we, it was y'all, man. Okay? You can't put that on all of us. That's what they do. When they talk about how the world is destroyed and this, that, and the third, they say humans, which, hue goes in the color, man. Okay? You motherfuckers ain't got no color. You motherfuckers are red. All right? But, they say it was human, mankind. No, it's Esau. He's the one in power. Okay? He's the one that has the authority. He's the one that's dumping oil in the oceans. He's the one that's chopping down all the trees just to chop them down. He's the one that's polluting the whole earth, man. He's the wicked the Bible speaks of. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, you see? So, hey, we are patiently suffering these devils, okay, until the Lord make things right. And he's about to. That's our faith. That's all we got, man. All we got is faith that the Lord gonna make things right. And the NLT says, anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. Anyone who is destined for prison will be taken to prison. And you destined for prison. You're destined to be a slave. Anyone destined to die by the sword will die by the sword. And that's your destiny. Manifest Destiny has a part 2. Now it's your turn. Okay? They justified themselves in the wickedness they did to Gad. Well, guess what? Manifest Destiny has a part 2. This means that God's holy people must endure persecution patiently and remain faithful. And that's what we're doing. We are constantly being persecuted. Okay? Not just by the devil, but even by our own people. We're getting persecuted, man. But we have to endure that persecution patiently and remain faithful until YAHAWASHI. Everything else is going to work out. Okay? Everything is going to be all right. Yeah, that's our faith. We know that this ain't for nothing, man. Okay? We don't go through this for nothing. We haven't taught this hell for nothing. It's all for the glory to Yahweh. All be glory to YAHAWASHI for giving us the opportunity to serve Him in truth and in sincerity, and ultimately, be persecuted for Him, so we can ultimately be changed and get that salvation, man. All right, this place is coming to an end, and our kingdom is being established on the face of the earth. Shalom, call HALAL YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, Shalom.